If you've ever been told to just stay strong when you've barely been holding it together, then you need to hear this. Have you ever wondered what real strength looks like when life has given you no other choice but to fight? How do you rebuild your life emotionally, physically, and spiritually after you've been through a life-changing event? And what if the hardest chapter of your life was just the beginning? Today, I am with Samia, who's walked through the journey of breast cancer and not only came out of it alive, but thriving. This is her story of resilience, of strength, and of how she was able to turn her life around after such a life-changing event. Hi, Samia.
Hi, Ayat.
It is so good to have you here, and thank you for wanting to talk about this very important journey of yours, a personal journey. Can you please tell us about yourself?
Thank you very much, Ayat, for hosting me today in such a very important month of the year. My name is Samia. In January 2023, I started a very difficult journey that changed the way I see life, that was not just a journey of healing, but it also showed me how I can find strength in different locations.
So, thank you for sharing this deeply personal part of your life with us today. And as it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is really important that we talk about these topics so that people can learn what it is really to go through such a such such a journey.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. We never do enough awareness. And I believe that awareness especially from people who have gone through that, is much stronger and impactful. And I believe in sharing experiences, whether good or bad, and particularly the painful one, because I always want to help and I always want to support any woman who has gone through that or who's going through that. That's why it was very important. I'm very happy that you're hosting me today
Of course,
to talk on this particular subject.
Thank you. Thank you, Samia. Thank you so much for sharing this deeply personal journey. I'm sure many of the women will appreciate, and also the men out there who are supporting the women in their lives. Can you share a bit about when you first received the news? How was that for you?
It was, I can remember it until like it's such vivid, it's such sitting on that, not being in the mammogram room and seeing some, faces. Oh no, we need to do more. We need to do more. I have to say that I was going there into the hospital, going for a mammogram, knowing that something was wrong. And I just want to go back a little bit. A couple of months ago, I was on a trip, girl trip. I was excited about that girl's trip, and I hear it was on an evening. We were about to sleep, and then the news came of. It's like, a dear friend's mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. And the first thing I did when I heard that, before saying any word, is I put my hand on, I started checking myself, doing a self-check. And that's where, at that moment, I realized that there was a lump on the left breast. And and I was denying it for 3 months. Literally, it was October, and I was diagnosed in January. I was delaying it. No, it's a cyst, because I knew I had cysts. I did a couple of ultrasounds a couple of years before. I wasn't very consistent with the mammogram. The last one was in 2016, and no, it's a cyst. And I knew it was not. It was harder. It was bigger, but I kept delaying it, and until in January, I must admit, it was a colleague who said, I discussed it with her, and she said, Samia, better go so that you have a peace of mind, and then you can continue. And it started being a little bit painful, and boom, I took an appointment, and then I got that shocking news. I was alone, went alone to the hospital. Nobody knew, and yeah, it was so shocking. Confirmed by the ultrasound, confirmed by the doctor sitting in front of me, the radiologist, not even the doctor, who said, yeah, you have 3 lumps. You at that moment, you don't know what to. Everything, the whole life collapsed. Your whole life collapsed. I had a wonderful job. I was launching a business. Literally that month, I was launching a business I've been working on for a year. Everything collapsed within a second. So, yeah, and the first thing is went outside after everything was confirmed. Went out, called my bestie. I didn't want to alarm my family back home. I'm originally from Algeria. Didn't want to alarm my mom or my sister, and the first thing I did, I called my bestie and her family, and within a second they were at home, and they've been my support system for forever, actually, not only for that time, but it was an important time for the past a year and a half of treatment.
I can only imagine what that must have felt like, especially being alone and hearing the news, which is life-altering. I want to take you back to that moment, if you don't mind. Sure. I have a question about what was the first thing that crossed your mind when you heard those words? The first thing that crossed your mind?
Honestly, my life is over. It's death. At that stage, because I could feel the lump, so I said, okay, it's stage 4. It's going through a treatment, couple of years living, God knows where it spread, and life is over. So death, life is over, why me? Knowing that not a single woman in my family had breast cancer. I was literally, and I am literally, and inshallah, the first and the last one.
Which is a very important point that you're raising, because breast cancer is not just reserved for those with family history of breast cancer.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
not only for those with a family breast cancer history, but with a family history for breast cancer, but also not only for people who are very healthy or eat healthy or go to the gym. It does not discriminate. And I think, and I've been trying and learning on how to eat healthy for many years and trying different diets and everything. And after the diagnosis, I think I was angry at a lot of stuff. I think I started eating everything. It's like, okay, yeah, I've been depriving myself for nothing. This is the this is the result. Not this is my thinking. This is the result. I went,
I might as well just go all
pasta,
out.
croissant, bread. Yeah, I just everything I was avoiding. I just started eating it out of anger that week of diagnosis.
Wow. So because it's your emotions were so overwhelming to the point where you wanted to emotionally support yourself through food, and all the foods that you've actually avoided to stay healthy, which at that time I imagine the anger was because you did everything right
Yeah.
and you still got diagnosed.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Samia. I know that was hard to share, and I'm sure not just me, but every person listening and watching is very appreciative. My next question to you is, how does one navigate? How did you navigate the emotional part of this journey?
So I'll be completely honest. I'm I'm very lucky to have a very strong supportive system in terms of my friend, my bestie. Her family is my family here in the UAE. My family back home, the love of my sister, my mom, and the rest of the family. So that was very important for me to first of all accept what I was going on, accept the diagnosis, even though I was told no, go for a second opinion and everything. And I say no, I know it's there, and the sooner I start the treatment, the better it is. And everything was so quick. It was the mammogram, and then the ultrasound, and then it was the biopsy to confirm the type of tumor, what type of tumor, the stage. So it's like waiting for that stage. So I had a very supportive system from the personal life. I was extremely lucky as well to have an amazing also boss who I was able to call and tell her what I was going through. And I remember her first word was, Samia, this is going to be another successful story you will tell people after a year. You will make it, and it will be another success story of your life, because I know you'll make it. So 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 I have this built around me. Also have a dog. I have to say everything I found strength in, including my dog. And I had adopted her 6 months before, and I discovered that she also was sick. And I was doing my mammo, and she was doing her surgery. So, so she was healing, and I found, she was there for me. I had to announce the news to my mom, who was also, she's sick. She's sensitive, of course, to that. She has 2 daughters, very protective, very far away from her. I had to break the news to her. My sister left her life in Algeria. She flew immediately a week after, before I start anything, and stayed with me 8 months. She drove me, cooked for me, took me to work. My colleagues were very supportive. So the way I took it is I accepted it. Sat down with a colleague, my friends, they knew immediately, my family, they knew. Sat down with my colleagues, with my team, the people I know, I wanted them to know, because I work with them, because I trust them. I needed their support. I knew that it's going to be a tough journey. It's going to be treatment. It's going to be ups and downs in terms of mood and also exhaustion from the chemotherapy. So I wanted them to know, I wanted them to understand in case I come and I'm grumpy, I'm angry, in case I'm absent, I can't make it, I need their support at work. So all this was, it was extremely important. And even if you don't have it, you can, I know I would have built it. I know I have that capacity to build relationships and build my own support. So from that moment, I knew I I'm gonna fight it. I have also a very, very good, one of my also best friends in Algeria. We were together in the high school. Her first advice was, Samia, just listen to your doctor. Because obviously, when you get such news and everything, you hear from the mom and the aunties and the grandma and the friends of the friends who got this and that, and then you get so overwhelmed. And she said, just focus on what your doctor is telling you. And in addition to that, I also I was doing my research. My bestie, Ayat, also was there for me, doing healing session, journaling was extremely, extremely, extremely important in this journey. So, so I planned my life around chemotherapy. Sat with my doctor. I knew I could schedule. At work I had also again that chance to work from home twice, 4 times a month. My chemotherapy was every 3 weeks, so I planned my work so that it doesn't, my chemotherapy doesn't impact it, though I had the support of everybody. It's like, take care of your health first. So yeah, so I planned my chemotherapy on Thursday so that I can rest, work from home on Friday. I knew that my chemotherapy, as far as my body is concerned, would kick off, the side effect would kick off on the Friday, the next day afternoon. That's where I could start feeling the side effect. And then Saturday rest, Sunday rest, and Monday back to work. It was extremely tough. The first chemo, my first step walking into cancer department was extremely tough. I thought to myself, I never thought I would have to come here. The first appointment with my doctor surgeon, that's where they break the news that it was caught early and it was stage 1. So it was a huge, huge relief. That's why self-check, early detection is extremely important for the morale and so we talked about the plan, and I had to schedule my life around it. I was advised not to have pets around, so I said a big no. I said I would never, I cannot have my dog elsewhere except next to me. So I think that's one of the only decisions I was able to make. So yeah, it was then plan the surgery to put the port. So you always have the port in your body, reminding you. A daily, every second, it reminds you what you're going through.
What you described is like emotionally, I would imagine that would have been like a very like it was like a roller coaster ride of emotions.
Yeah,
because I could hear that in some parts you were very practical, scheduling sessions around work, listening to the doctors, and at some points you probably were like, no, I need to put my foot here and follow what I feel like. Yeah. So how did it look like navigating those high emotions and low emotions? Like, how did that look like for you?
To be honest, I'm not sure if there are times where it's like I want to get over with it. I want to get over it. When is the next session? When is the next session? And it was easy. It was kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but it was okay for the first 2 sessions. But from the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, it was absolute exhaustion. I knew I was going to lose my hair. I love my hair, love my curly hair. And I went and do a short haircut so that I don't see my hair really, really falling. And that was the first very short haircut I ever had since I was a little kid.
How did that feel? So, do you feel like you going and getting the haircut was your own way of controlling, like, how you would look like, so that you were not forced to?
Yeah, maybe. Now when I think about it, yeah. I wouldn't say control, but I think
Having some control over something. So what I mean is, because when you're going through this journey of chemo, like, you don't know what side effects
yeah,
you're going to get, right?
yes,
So there are parts that people respond differently.
that's true. Yeah.
And so when you went to get that haircut, that short haircut, what was your thinking?
That the impact of me seeing my hair falling would be lesser. You see movies and you see, I have an excellent visual memory, and it's good and bad. It's good because you need it. Yeah, but bad because you retain a lot of things, especially when you watch movies. So you watch movies where the woman is, brushing her hair in the bathroom, and she sees the hair in the. I didn't want to live that. So I said, okay, let me reduce that effect and that impact, which it did. It did. However, it also taught me that you can't control everything.
Oh, okay.
So
Cutting your hair.
yeah. And I'll tell you something, because I thought I knew all the side effects. Hair loss, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite. But hair loss, I could, how do you say, dodge the bullet a little bit, prepare myself. Shall I wear a wig, or then I went for turbans. And however, what the doctors don't tell you, because they don't know you, because they don't know 100% how your body is going to react. They know the generality, like definitely 99% of women lose their hair, 99% gets a little bit of nausea, depending on the type of chemo. But what they don't tell you is there will be other side effects that could be terrible, and that I had no control. I had side effects in other parts of my body where that gave me excruciating pain. And I had to deal with it until after the surgery. And I was very, very also, again, lucky to find a physiotherapy that could deal with that. And that's where I could finally see a relief. And I have no problem in mentioning it was literally a nose dry mucus because of the chemotherapy. that was fine. But the worst part was the anal fissures that nobody could. I tried everything possible, and home remedy, everything. But I was advised by, when I discussed it with my surgeon, that would to be patient, and that's normal with chemotherapy, and that would heal after the surgery. And I said, no, put me on the surgery. I want the surgery now because it's excruciating. And he said, we want to focus. The moment he said, we want to focus on the upcoming major surgery, I remembered the advice, trust your doctor. Alhamdulillah, I trusted my oncologist and my surgeon. And that's, again, another, it's very, very important that you feel comfortable and trust your the medical team that's taking care of you. So what I'm trying to say, you cannot control everything. And that's something I learned. You have to let go. You have to just take it sometimes day by day and see what's gonna happen, and try to manage it as much as you can. But you can't always. You just have to deal with it, and yeah.
When you were sharing that, like it was about, like, the part about you can't control everything. This is something that often as humans we learn the hard way, because our need to have control when life is built on uncertainty and change is what most of the time we struggle with as humans. Mm-hmm. But one very important point, I think everybody listening should pay attention to, is to trust your treatment plan and trust the doctors. And if that is not present, I would imagine it would have been very difficult to actually let go. Oh, yeah. And to let them do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. Trusting your doctor. If the doctor, you're waiting for the doctor, comes into the room, if I didn't trust him, I don't know what I would have done. That was very, very, very important, to trust the doctor, to trust the surgeon, to listen to them, to be able to ask questions, to doubt, to say, and they're here to listen to. So that's very, very important.
You've shared about emotional healing. What part did that play in your journey? Especially that the physical healing and the medical treatment was, like, it took most of your day from what you were talking, especially with managing the side effects. So what role did emotional healing play in your journey, and where was it? Like, where was it in this journey?
It was very important, because in this journey, when the news fell, and though I went and cut my hair and everything, because things went so quickly. However, I just learned to. My sister was there. She was driving me. I'm an independent. I've been living alone and independent for the past 20 years. When I say independent, like doing things for myself. So first of all, I had to accept that my sister is cooking for me, is driving me around. Accepting to be taken care of. Because especially we women who are independent and everything, we think that we are, we tend to think that we're Wonder Woman. Obviously, everybody in front of us thinks that we are Wonder Woman.
We are Wonder Woman.
No, we are. In a sense. No, yeah. We are. But in this situation, sometimes you just have to let people take care of you. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. Second, you talked about the treatment, and I said I even wanted to, plan it and
control.
take control and done with the chemotherapy. And I was calling and said, this is the third one, 3 to go, 3 more to go, blah, blah. To the point where I was, every time I would go for chemotherapy, you need to do blood test to know how you're responding. And if some white blood cells or some how do you call it? I don't know how do you call it. Not natural.
Not optimal.
Yeah, not optimal, or it's very low. Then they would have to postpone the chemotherapy. Can you believe it that every time I would go to chemotherapy, I would say I would be scared that my chemotherapy. I don't like the word my chemotherapy. I would be scared that the session would be postponed because my immune system is not strong enough and they have to boost it. And it did happen. The fourth one got postponed because my neutrophils were very low and I wouldn't sustain the chemotherapy.
Your body needed a pause.
Yeah, my body needed a pause, but my mind was controlling. No, I'm scheduled today. I want. So
How did you, like that need to control your journey and the emotions that come with it? So, okay, so I'll just say, because until now you haven't spoken about how you felt.
Okay.
It was just what you did.
Okay.
So
all right.
How did you feel? And also, like, how did that feel? What is the drive behind wanting to control things?
So because it was a sense of there was anger. There was me thinking that I could plan and schedule and control everything. Me thinking that I can be strong all the time.
Can be or have to be?
Have to be strong all the time. And also me, it's always, I just have to be strong and continue smiling. And that made me realize that I'm being hard on myself. And I think if one thing also important that this journey taught me is always be kind to yourself. I was even in that tough moment, I was still being, whatever I was living every day, my everyday normal life, this journey taught me that normal life was hard on me. I was being hard on me. I tried to be perfect, tried to control, tried to have the result that I wanted, the result that people expected from me. I was thinking about I was concerned about how the others gonna think about whatever I'm doing. So again, she's gonna fight it. She's gonna be successful. She's gonna be fine. So I think I had anger. And if you ask me why anger, I'll tell you exactly. When I got diagnosed, I got angry because I felt like breast cancer was the result of, and I still feel it, and I still know it is, no matter what was the result of what all the negative vibes and all that, everything that you let people, how you let people get at you, and how you store things, how you accept, whether it's from family, how you invest yourself in people's problems, you accept, and you just receive, you just give, and store all those negativity and everything.
So was it the people or you?
Well, it's me because I allowed it.
So you saying that you believe that breast cancer was a result of the emotional toll of how you lived your life. That's a very big
I couldn't have explained it better than that. Yep, that definitely. Oh, definitely.
What makes you believe that, though? How were you before?
It was not a belief.
How were you before? Before cancer. So how were you before? How was Samia before cancer?
In a nutshell, Samia before cancer was the others, then Samia. Pleasing the others, forget about Samia. Others being pleased, Samia is happy. Pick up all the phone calls, listen to everything, which a lot of people would not to love. I was the door to knock at whenever there was an issue.
You were there for everybody.
Everybody except me. And that, so I was there for everybody except for me. And that was that breast cancer diagnosis just made me, I had to go through that to realize that I didn't take care of myself. And I'm talking about emotionally, not any other. Even though I would travel, I would go out. I had a very nice life in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE. I lived 7 years in Japan. I had a wonderful time and everything. However...
So your life was full from outside?
Yes. So my life was full from the outside. Whether back home, I had a wonderful life, in Japan, in the UAE. But inside, I was hurt. I was struggling. I was not taking care of me. I wasn't acknowledging myself. I wasn't acknowledging my emotions. So that's why, that journey was how would I say? That journey was, there were many aha moments during that the journey.
Even though I was there, but I don't think I've ever heard you articulate it this way or express yourself in this way, or I didn't even know that you thought about it in this way. And I think it's very brave to say that, and to also understand the impact of how losing ourselves for the sake of others can cost us.
And I also want to add that it's sad to say that though I was going through a tough moment, but emotionally, I don't know if I would say emotionally or mentally, I was having a peace of mind.
During cancer?
Yeah.
During the journey?
Yes, during the journey.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it was a peace of mind. It was like, finally people will leave me alone. Yes.
So, wow, okay.
Yeah. It was... I'm
speechless.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Because we need to... I want to process that with you. So you believe that, or you feel that during your treatment journey, this was like the best you felt? Or what did you say?
A peace of mind.
Okay, so you feel that during your treatment journey, you had peace of mind?
From the external world.
Wow.
Yeah. So I knew that if I receive a call or a message, it was to ask about me. and
Oh.
or people taking care of me. That's it. It was a peace of mind, honestly.
Well, I'm actually,
And
I don't know what to say.
yeah, yeah,
That's a very, very powerful awareness, first of all. And it was the most difficult time of your life. And you were feeling peaceful or having peace of mind.
yeah, I was here having peace of mind, though I was in a pain, though I was going through a painful moment. It was tough. It was a peace of mind because I think it was the first time to take care of myself,
To focus on Samia.
to focus on Samia. It took a breast cancer diagnosis to realize that I need to take care of myself emotionally, mentally, physically. And that peace of mind allowed me to have moments of quietness because I'm sleeping, lying down, watching TV. My sister was spoiling me with whatever I could eat. But at the same time, I was revisiting everything emotionally, the people in my life, people who were toxic, people who, and also one extremely important things that I learned this journey is to put boundaries. Whether your parents, your family, your husband, your friends, is to put boundaries. If you don't put boundaries, خلاص, people are stepping on, I wouldn't say on your territory, they're stepping on you.
They'll take advantage.
Yeah.
People take advantage of your undefined boundaries.
Yeah. And I never did that to myself. And I think that's where the healing journey, the true one, had started.
Wow. Okay. And so you revisited those situations. How did you release those memories and those situations that you revisited?
One important thing is that I was able to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke up, and I think I was very clear moving forward what I don't want. And even with my family, I think it's like, this is when you can reach me. I don't want this subject to be some subject, upsetting subject. I don't want it to be raised in the evening before I go to sleep. You call me to say goodnight or talk about things funny or blah, blah, blah. Not letting anything, negative conversations come to me, to myself, come to me or affect me. A lot of things, even, and you realized you could also do some decluttering around you of people, of you also discover I made amazing connections. And I think I just put boundaries, what I want and what I don't want. I think I let people get used to that, to understand that, and that's it. And it was a new me, a new Samia. And one thing I need to say is that yes, breast cancer gave me peace of mind, but at the same time, I was aware that I need to finish this journey and have, clarity and new things, that I'm the priority of myself, and finish the journey. I was aware that it's very easy when you find yourself even in a bad situation, because you get some advantage out of it. Because I'm in a treatment, but at the same time I have a peace of mind. Nobody is bothering me. And no, I find it could be dangerous. I find myself in a comfort zone, then I'm not healing from the breast cancer, and that's very, very important, because there's a thin layer, and yeah,
That's a very good point. Yeah.
the why, because the moment you start healing and getting better, people get back to normal. Okay, she's fine now. Let's call her. Let's bother her. I need this.
But you created a new rule book for yourself.
I love that. I created a new rule book for myself without the breast cancer, of course. So yeah.
Now that it's been 1 year after your treatment has completed and you're on the other side of it, what would Samia today say to Samia who just received the diagnosis?
Without hesitation, I would tell her, take care of yourself. And take care of yourself. That's extremely, extremely important. Tell her, do not delay or postpone anything that has to do with you, with your well-being, and your health. I think that's what I would say. I delayed my mammogram, thinking, oh, it's okay, I'm okay, I'm doing the self-check, there's nothing wrong and everything. And the self-check also helped. That's the thing that helped me to go. And if I didn't put my hand at that moment, I would be... So yeah, I would tell her to take care of herself.
Is there anything that you would have done differently during this journey?
During this journey? Maybe... See, I didn't have a choice to take a sabbatical year, take a 6 months out of the job. I had to work. If I had a choice to do things differently, I would tell Samia, always put at it. You should put before the diagnosis, put some money aside for this emergency, so you can live. They always tell you to put 20% of your salary or your income for investment. But I think the fund for you to take some time off, not to have to wake up and go and work and smile and attend meetings and everything while you're going through the chemotherapy side effect. I think that's the first thing I would have done differently, to take some time off. At the same time, I must admit, working helped me a lot as well.
With the routine.
Yes, with the routine, and also, days passing by, laughing with a colleague, forgetting about, distraction. Yes, I must admit. But like taking not a year, I wouldn't want, whether money is there or not, but I did take some time off. Once the treatment was complete, I took some time off, and I traveled and reflected on what has passed, because I didn't have time to think. I needed to process and journal, and
How did your relationship with God affect this journey? Like, how? Because I know you are a highly spiritual and faithful person. So how did that relationship with Allah shape your journey?
Obviously, it made me closer to Allah because no matter what we do, no matter the prayer, Ramadan, whatever we try, I feel like there's always something more we can do in terms of our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So obviously it made me much closer. I'll just, I learned more dua than I knew before. I learned a better spiritual journey for every day that I didn't have before. Okay, salat, Ramadan, some prayer, supplications, and everything. But with this journey, I learned more. I had a stronger connection with Allah in terms of khushu, in terms of adaya, in terms of the morning routine, which I have until now, alhamdulillah. Like the أذكار الصباح, أذكار المساء, الاستغفار, and also how do you say tawakkul ala Allah got even stronger.
Tawakkul and surrendering.
Yeah, surrendering. We think we've got it all, but we don't. We think we've got it all because, you get a job, you get a career, you get promoted, you buy a car, you buy this, you buy that, and we live the life, which is normal, and it's sunnat al-hayat. But we kind of think, okay, we say alhamdulillah, we say astaghfirullah, but it helped me to sit for every single day to reflect, but in a spiritual way. And yeah, alhamdulillah, I got stronger with Allah. I had more conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's so, you already, and you feel like you, subhanallah, fadl Allah, that Allah has your back and He's taking care of you, and He will only make you endure what you can endure, not more. And فعلا that's what happened. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Last question. What message would you send to someone who is just starting or at the beginning of this journey?
Your mental and your emotions are your healing tools before anything else. Before even if any woman out there, they got that news, is your mental and your emotions are extremely important to start this journey. One thing, talk about it. Talk about it, communicate about it, acknowledge your emotions, cry, be angry, whatever feelings come, let it come. But talk about it. Breast cancer is not a taboo. It shouldn't be taboo. There's no reason it is a taboo. Do not let anything cultural or whatever comes to affect you. Speak about it, express your feelings, and fight it. Yeah.
That's beautiful advice. I have two more questions. did this healing journey shape your view of life today? How do you see life today?
Before the breast cancer diagnosis, anything not going my way or not happening as expected would be a drama. We tend to catastrophize and make things dramatic. This journey helped me to accept how things happened and tell myself not to be hard on myself. And I always repeat it. I was so hard on myself. To accept, Samia, you did your best. You did what you can do. And that's it. If it didn't happen, it was not meant to happen. You want to try, give it a second try if you want to. And if it doesn't happen, just let it go. Accept, let it go. Acknowledge, not to dramatize. Usually, you know me, anything is like, but no, now it's like, as it comes. There's no drama in life. There is what it is meant to happen, to be, and that's it.
How do you see life?
Still beautiful. And I wanna live the remaining years in zen, relaxed, and not let anything negative affect me. Nothing. Now I can talk to anybody and I can listen to whatever they have to say. I say, okay, if they need an advice as a man, it's like, I would advise, someone just said 2 words. I'm not saying it's wrong, but not at my expense. So I would, if they need, yes, I'm here to help. If not, if they just want to listen, they want me to listen, I just listen. No matter the negativity is there over the line or in front of me, I don't absorb it anymore. And that's important. And that brings me back to why I was angry, because I absorbed everybody's problems, miseries, negativity, not anymore. I deal with those issues. I do not ignore them, but I deal with them in a much different way.
How do you see yourself after not only surviving cancer, but healing from it?
How do I see myself? Someone new. I grew a lot. I changed a lot. I'm stronger. Stronger, but someone who can also have her down moments. Someone who can. I don't have to be stronger for the others. If I feel down, I feel down. If it doesn't please other people, I don't care. It's about me. Yeah, I think this is, stronger and calmer. I think I'm calmer than before. I stress less than before. Much, much, much more. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Samia, for this candid conversation. And I really hope that this conversation answers a lot of questions for people who are just at the beginning of their journey, people who are supporting others going through this journey, and for people who want to be aware of what the breast cancer treatment and journey and healing journey looks like.
Thank you so much for having me.